Welcome to YOLO Texas, and this is our team of traveling Texans. Ride shotgun with us as we visit breathtaking views.
It is incredible what we can find right here in Texas.
Check out heart-racing attractions. And taste mouth-watering foods this great state has to offer.
This is getting hot.
Go right off the bone. That's how you know it's good. This is delicious.
Why, you ask? Well, to simply put it, you only live once, Texas. Howdy everyone, and welcome to YOLO Texas, where our team is dedicated to finding those special places for y'all to explore. I'm your host AC, and with summer pretty much here, we're finding places to stay cool in this Texas heat. So for today, we'll explore a state park. We'll also dip into the water at a Texas ski ranch. But first, what better way to cool off than by jumping on a motorized surfboard cruising at 35 miles per hour? Oh yeah, let's just say this one will have your heart racing. So come with us to Medina Lake to jet surf. And we're on our way to Medina Lake in the heart of the Texas Hill Country. Let's go.
And fun fact, did you know that Medina Lake is actually considered a reservoir? All that crystal water comes straight from the Medina River, giving jet surfers a chance to catch the perfect wave. And speaking of jet setters, we're actually on our way to meet one of the best in the entire sport. Dana is a professional jet surfer, and as you can see, he's got some serious skills. He's only been doing this for a whopping 3 years, but in that short time, he's managed to land himself a spot on the U.S. Motosurf team. So, let's go meet him.
Howdy, AC. Welcome.
Thank you.
You ready to jet surf?
Let's do this.
All right, let's go.
All right, Dana, for people who do not know what we're doing here today, can you kind of explain what the sport is? What is jet surf?
Well, AC, the best way to explain jet surfing is take a surfboard or a wakeboard and shrink an engine in it and put it inside of it. It's a motorized surfing. It's a 100cc two-stroke engine, just like you'd find on a motocross motorcycle. And so this guy from Czechoslovakia shrunk it, put it inside the surfboard, and let it rip.
Bam, and this is what we're gonna be doing.
That's what you'll be doing today.
And then here you are, a national competitor. You just competed in Cancun for the U.S. Motosurf team. So what is competition like? How did you get from that point as a hobby to now competitive side?
Well, once I got my first jet surf about 4 years ago, I just started practicing and practicing nonstop. And I wanted to race just because I had the motocross background. And so finally last summer, I just packed up my gear and I flew to London and went to my first competition. Showed up, didn't know what to expect, and did okay. And a Jet Surf USA representative saw me and invited me to be on the team.
Easier said than done, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you go say? We check it out.
Let's go do it.
Yeah. Alrighty, so what's the first step we need to take?
Looks like you're ready to get rolling. So as in any sport, safety first, AC. So let me just show you a couple things.
Alrighty.
First is a life jacket. That's always very important to put on when you get in the water.
Okay.
And number two, for this, since it's an adventure sport, a helmet is really good.
Alright.
See how that fits?
My little noggin here.
Man, you are set up, ready to go.
Let's do this. Alright, so onto the surfboards.
Alrighty. This is a jet surf board, and it's a surfboard with an engine in it. So if you take the lid off and you look inside, you see that all this is compressed
Wow.
into a size of a surfboard. Let me turn this sideways for you
Easy.
and show you the bottom of it.
Oh, wow.
To get this started, there's a safety clip, because you might wonder, how do I start it up, or how, when I fall off, does it stop for me?
Yeah.
There's a little magnet in this pin,
Oh.
and this pin goes inside the throttle here.
All right.
Similar to a Sea-Doo key, like a kill key on a Sea-Doo.
Yeah.
So this is strapped to your wrist,
Gotcha.
and when you put this in, it'll start it.
Yeah.
And then when you fall off, it pulls the pin off.
I've seen that on a jet ski, so easy peasy. That's similar. I know that. That's familiar.
Okay, well, so when you're ready to get off, if you get uncomfortable, just throw yourself off the back of it and it'll stop, and then you can swim back up to it.
Perfect.
Once you get going at a medium speed, then you'll feel the stability of it. The slower you go, the harder it will be to stand up. Wow. So as you go a little bit faster, the speed will build your stability.
All right, let's do this. You ready?
All right.
And after a few adjustments, it was all or nothing. No holding back. Let me just say, knee jet surfing is a whole lot harder than you think. But in no time, I finally got the hang of it. Not bad for my first time. But now, it was time for the real test. Full-on jet surf. Post a couple of failed attempts, believe it or not, I actually managed to stand up. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow. But hey, I got up once. Yeah, that's all I need, right? Okay, so I think I'm gonna retire now and just leave it to the pros. So much. That was incredible.
Awesome job. Thank you so much for having us out to share this with everybody. You got up the first day. That's an amazing job. Not everybody does that. So you are officially a jet surfer.
Yeah!
You get to do this.
Wait, I get to do this?
You get to do that.
Yeah. That's cool. There we go. Well, everyone, I highly recommend jet surfing. Make sure to check out Dana, and best of luck on your next competition.
Thank you much.
All right, YOLO Texas. Want to learn more about this exciting sport? Visit Dana's Facebook page and follow him on social media for more info on Motosurf racing. Coming up next, we are traveling to the Texas Hill Country, so fasten your seatbelts. YOLO Texas will be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back to the show. All right, tucked away in the Texas Hill Country is 700 acres of land that one Lone Star-based president used to call home. We're talking about Lbj State Park, the old stomping grounds of Lyndon B. Johnson, former president of the United States. He and his wife, Lady Bird Johnson, were dedicated to preserving the land, and we had to see it all for ourselves. So come along as we make our way to Lbj State Park. Located just outside of Fredericksburg is Stonewall, Texas, the birthplace of our 36th president, Lyndon B. Johnson. Today, folks can visit his home and explore the Texas Hill Country at Lbj State Park. So Lbj State Park is not only a recreational park, they also have a living history farm where, you know, just like you and me, we need breakfast every morning. Well, I already ate, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna feed the animals on the farm. Come with me. Get your food. Little protein shake in the morning. Extra protein. Enjoy. So she used to be a show pig, but now she comes here to eat, and sleep. Oh yeah, not a bad life, right? So she's about 600 pounds. Holy smokes. The Sauer Beckman Farm is a historical site that's been a part of the family for over 100 years. At the farm, time freezes at exactly the year 1918, where park rangers dress in World War I garb and tend to the farm just like the olden days.
So the farm goes back to 1869.
Okay.
So behind us, we have all of the historic buildings here at the farm. The oldest are these cabins that are close to us. Johann Friedrich Sauer, you can tell where he's from, he's German, and his wife Christine came here in 1869. He and his wife were originally from Germany. They actually immigrated as children. They came to Texas when they were little kids, grew up in Fredericksburg, got married, moved out here to become cotton farmers.
Okay.
And that's what we're here to show you is the history of German Texans. And these people that farmed here for almost 100 years would have been familiar with the Johnsons. That's why we're part of Lbj State Park. We're not where he lived. He lived across the river. That's where he was born. But these were his neighbors and he was influenced by the Germans.
Awesome. That is an incredible story I had no idea about. So now we are here on the property. So what kind of attractions are here today?
So today when folks come visit, they usually are surprised because they don't think farm and state park.
Right.
So they come, they're like, oh, we're here for hiking. And they're like, and there's chickens.
Yeah.
And I'm a little confused. What's going on?
I was one of them.
Yeah. And they go, wait, does LBJ live here? It's LB. What's going on? So we're saying, well, we're here to show you the context of his childhood. So every day when you come, it might be something different. We're always going to be feeding the animals.
Yeah.
They've always got to eat. You saw how hungry they are. We're always going to be cooking because we got to eat because we get hungry. So we always cook over that wood burning stove every day.
All right.
We grow our own food in the garden. We preserve our own food the way they do. And then it changes seasonally what tasks we have to work on.
Right.
We do special activities throughout the year. Usually at least once a month we're doing something a little extra special.
And just like any ranch, there are 0 days off. Daily chores include cooking, cleaning, gardening, feeding the animals, and so much more.
All right, so we're gonna go in and work in the field. But as you see, Mark already has his hat on, modeling proper sun protection. So we've got a bonnet for you.
Awesome.
Because we wanna make sure we don't get sunburned. We don't really have much sunscreen in
Yes.
1918, so we have to use these. So these are the seeds that we're going to be planting. So when you get cotton, it's big and fluffy. You pull off the fluff. That's what gets used in our clothes. These are the seeds that you can get oil from that are left behind, and this is what we're going to be using to plant. So we're going to be doing it about between 1 to 2 feet apart. We're going to be planting about 3 seeds every 1 to 2 feet. So one of the chores that we often have folks help with is gathering eggs. So I'm gonna hand you our fancy little basket.
Okay.
So just look around, do you see any eggs?
Yeah.
Put
There's
them
so
in.
many. How exciting.
Hens have been busy, they love sunshine, so they lay more when it's bright
Ooh,
and
they're
sunny.
nice and warm.
If you ever remember the old nursery rhyme about little Miss Muffet's on her tuffy eating her curds and whey. Curds and whey is another word for clabbered milk or yogurt.
Oh, okay.
So we use that yogurt to make cheese, but the first thing we have to do is get the cream off. So you see that yellow all on top? That's the cream that has risen to the top overnight.
Okay.
We said we have Jersey cows because they have a really rich, thick, creamy milk. Well, here's all the cream. So you're gonna scrape this cream off and put it in our butter churn. The churning butter takes a very long time, so we'll probably not be done. So we're gonna walk into the Beckman house. This is the front porch. You've got a nice porch swing. So this is where, as a visitor to the family, this is where you would come in. So this is the kids' bedroom right here.
Okay.
They had their 3 children. We often ask kids, look around, how many beds do you count? Only 2. You think it's hard to share a room? They had to share a bed.
Oh my goodness.
Right next to the kids' bedroom, we have the parents' bedroom.
Okay.
Which again, you can see was quite the upgrade before Emma had to live in the cabins. This was pretty
this
nice.
Is awesome. Fancy.
Very, very pleasant.
Hey, this is not too shabby. I would definitely see myself living in here, but just give me a little AC unit. That'd be
Yes,
I'd
yeah.
be perfect.
Agreed, agreed.
Stay right there. YOLO Texas will be right back. Hey y'all, and welcome back to YOLO Texas, where we finished touring the Sauer Beckman farm at Lbj State Park, and now it is time to hit the trails with Park Superintendent Dennis Smith.
Of course, here Lbj State Park is here in Stonewall, Texas, a little community between Johnson City and Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
This is where President Lyndon B. Johnson was born, where he grew up, and then where he came back as an adult, bought his family's property, and lived here, and actually died here on the property right across the river from us where we're at here in the state park. And that's actually in the Lbj National Park, where all that's at. But here in the state park, we have several acres that we are preserving the heritage and the legacy of President Johnson and Lady Bird Johnson.
What makes this a great summer visit for folks to come out here?
Well, obviously we're in the Texas Hill Country, and this is an absolutely beautiful place, you know, nestled between Johnson City and Fredericksburg. And here at Lbj State Park, we have our bison, our longhorn, but also too, we have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. And it's a major attraction for during the summertime for a lot of people to come out here and swim in the cool waters of the swimming pool.
Yes.
We also have different little facilities that people can rent, but we also have access down to the Pedernales River where people like to go fishing. Every now and then people like to put their kayaks or canoes in a few different places where they have access for that. So just an enjoyable place.
Perfect. And you can also hit the trails, get your steps in as well. So tell us about the trails, because we're going to go hiking here in a bit. So what's the terrain like? Give us the spiel.
Okay, well, all of our trails are about 1.5 miles. We don't have an extensive amount of trails, but they're really pretty. They go through our fields of wildflowers. They go past our longhorn pastures. You can see some of the majestic longhorns that were a big part of our Texas history.
Yeah.
Also go through some real neat, wooded creek areas. So there's diverse. The trails are fairly level. There are a couple of trails that are not accessible, handicap accessible as they go through the creek, but for the majority, most of them are. There's bridges and good level pathways that go through the park. So again, we have lots of wildflowers out here, and through the different seasons of the year, we'll have different species that come up, from the blue bonnets and the Indian paintbrushes that come up in the springtime. As we start getting to our hotter months, we start having the coneflowers coming up. There's a lot taller plant. Also, people know them as Mexican hats because they do resemble somewhat of a Mexican sombrero, but a real pretty flower, quite an abundance of them in real nice open areas out here, lots of sunshine. Back off this direction, we have one of our longhorn pens. I have a couple of beautiful longhorns. So how about we just head that way and go take a look?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
These are part of our Texas Longhorn herd, which are part of the official state Longhorn herd that's headquarters at Fort Griffin. This is part of the heritage that we're trying to preserve from the Texas history when Lyndon Johnson's grandfather and family were here in this area, and this was a big part of their doing cattle drives was a big part of their history too. And so we're trying to preserve that part of the heritage of the Texas Hill Country and the Johnson legacy.
This 1.2-mile trail forested area passes by a flowing creek into bison pasture, which is home to 7 bison, 1 male and 6 females.
All right, we got our steps in today.
Sure
Thank you
did.
so
You're
much,
welcome.
Dennis, for introducing our YOLO Texas family to Lbj State Park.
Absolutely. Come back, bring your family, bring your friends, and let everybody else know about us and what kind of a wonderful place we have here to offer.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank
All
you
right,
so much,
thank you.
Dennis.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Take a tour through the farm and get to know more about the Texas Hill Country and our 36th president by visiting Lbj State Park and clicking on the link below.
Ready for some more fun in the sun? Don't go anywhere. We're heading to Texas Ski Ranch after the break. Hey y'all, welcome back to YOLO Texas. As you know, Texas is known for its sprawling and beautiful ranches, the horses, the cattle, the wide open spaces. It's all right here. But as you'll see, we found a ranch between Austin and San Antonio that's a little different from the rest. Let's just say you may be trading in those cowboy boots for a pair of water skis. So saddle up because we're off to the one and only Texas Ski Ranch. From wakeboarding to water skiing to paintball and more, this 70-acre action sports paradise is dubbed one of the top-ranked facilities in the world. Yep, I said it, the world. All right, I'm here with Morgan, the general manager here at Texas Ski Ranch, and I have to ask, tell me a little bit more about the history behind this whole entire place. How did a Texas ski resort end up in New Braunfels, Texas, of all places?
We are actually the first cable park in Texas, second or maybe third in the nation. This whole system started in Germany. We originally started just as a boat dealership with a private boat lake. We then added the cable, and from there it's just expanded into this huge 70-acre action sports complex with so much to offer.
You said so much to offer. What is there to do? What makes this so unique? What makes it stand out?
We also offer, besides just the water sports, we actually have a snowboarding hill as well as a paintball course, a trampoline park, a skate park, a restaurant and bar, retail shop, and then the boat dealership.
You got it all here.
A ton, yeah.
Okay, so out of all the things that you've listed, what should we start with first?
Well, considering it's about 100 degrees outside, I'd say let's go ahead and jump in the water and try the wakeboarding.
Let's do it. I'm ready. Our first stop, Cable Park. Sometimes called the Disney World of water cable parks, this stunt-filled lake is home to one of the strongest communities of riders anywhere. But having a good time doesn't mean you have to be a pro, or in my case, have water skied or wakeboarded your entire life. Ever.
I'll do this one.
Okay, I have to admit I was a little nervous, but you know what they say, you only live once. So with one more equipment check, I was off. And if that wasn't enough, conquering the waves was just the beginning of my Texas ski ranch experience. Next up, paintball. Sporting some pretty cool obstacles to provide cover, this outdoor paintball arena has 2 fun-filled courses that are sure to bring out the competitive side in just about anyone.
Whew. All right, let's do this.
And even in the thick of it, I still try to find some time to do an interview.
Alrighty, I have a scale of 1 through 10. How many times have you won?
A solid 7 or 8 times.
Alright, I like those odds. Hold my mic.
Whew, that really got my adrenaline going, but now it's time to try something a little bit more my speed. Let's go.
The Trampoline Park. Now this is more like it. 15,000 square feet of spring floors, tumble tracks, and my favorite, trampoline dodgeball. Yeah, paintball's fun, but trampoline dodgeball is my jam.
All right, that was definitely amazing. I'm gonna go show the other team who's boss, but in the meantime, YOLO, Texas.
If you want to learn more about scheduling a YOLO Texas adventure for yourself, go to texasskiranch.com to learn more. All right, folks, that is the end of our show for today. If you want more YOLO Texas in your life, follow us across our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Until next time, remember, it is a big world, so get out and explore it. Carefully, though. You know what they say, you only live once, Texas. See y'all.